My doorknobs look like a surprised animated character from a Disney movie. I found a huge dandelion. My fortune cookie threatened me. You laugh now? Wait till you get home. Somebody tipped me $1 and folded it into a collared shirt. A sign I found in the woods that depicts a man jumping over some scary looking hands. Do not go in that forest. The ocean was so foamy today, it looked like giant waves of whipped cream. Giant anatomically correct heart made of Legos. I found a Lamborghini tractor. They do tractors? Glitch in the Matrix. Wait, that guy's been cloned. Bird nesting in a boot. That's so cute. So nice, warm, and cozy. This toolkit is $6 more to get the non-girly version. The sign has the notice in both English and dog. Attention dog owners. Pick up after your dogs. Thank you. Attention dogs. My buddy's carpet matches his dog perfectly. Footprint of empty Heelys in the snow. Found the cliff this cliff bar came from. The faucet in my hotel room is in the ceiling. A wet floor sign in the shape of a shark fin. Caution, wet floor. The grass in Michigan weather yesterday. Windy day in the northeast caused these icicles to form sideways. This log accessorized with pennies I found while hiking. But why? This guy took his cat out photographing. These giant baguettes. They are massive. The way two horses' faces appear merged as one. Found a heart-shaped tomato at work yesterday. This rock has seen some stuff. My girlfriend's cat paces using the same steps each day. My rubber band ball exploded. Damn, it's a lot of rubber bands. This falling clock that took the wall with it. How heavy is the clock? My curly fry is literally the end symbol. Old lady in Vietnam gave us a boat ride and made a grasshopper out of palm leaves. This plant that looks like a human face looks angry. My mum always cuts my sandwiches and arranges them in a heart shape. The street in Philadelphia is paved with wood. My teacher accidentally killed an ant in the copier and now it's all on the papers. It will live forever. I accidentally captured the shadow of a plane while taking pictures for a school project. That's just a monster in the lake. The bottom of my eraser looks like a painting of birds in front of rows of trees. This one-eyed frog that was hanging out on my porch. Get him an eye patch. This worm escaped from my gecko's food bowl and is now drinking his water. He was thirsty. Roof of the building behind my work looks a bit like the Millennium Falcon. One of the residents creates model airplanes using discarded razors. Who needs Lego when you have razors? My raincoat reveals a floral pattern when wet. Iced over bicycle after winter storm in Chicago. My cactus looks like a long-necked dinosaur trying to escape its cup. This guy putting his knee on the counter while checking out. This bathroom's mirrors are sunglasses. My dog only takes left shoes. Why? Why doesn't he like right shoes? The park benches in my city has built-in umbrellas. No, that lamppost just has a mind of its own. Quite the gentleman. Someone in my neighborhood upgraded their TV. That is a massive upgrade. This truck's shadow says, "Hi, hello." The space where my windshield has defrosted looks like a mustache. That's what your car's been manifesting. It wants a mustache. I took some old library books out of a dumpster and one of them had a 1934 $50 bill in it. The flooring in the waiting area at this pizzeria is so worn you can see the old floor. This is a good sign. It means people are coming back. I took a photo of my dog while he was shaking. He's mid-transformation. My French fry looks like the Nike logo. Skeleton flour turns transparent when in contact with water. Same boot, 3 years and 6,000 hours of work difference. Salt and pepper close up. And the way this ice froze to the fence. This picture I got of a night market in Bangkok. My grandma's new reading glasses. Those lenses are thick. Ladybug made a trail in the morning dew on my car. This 100-year-old brick has finger marks in it from its creator. This restaurant has a topener for people who want to avoid germs on the door. Oh my, yes. Today's clementine had an almost perfect mini clementine inside. So a clementine grew inside of a clementine. I throw my used staples in a cup. This is a couple years worth of used staples. Drawers that work in corners. This crane has a giraffe print. This little lizard baby was on my keyboard today. That's a sign for you to look after it. Found a rock that looks like a shark. The way the snow collected on these statues. This giant power outlets on a gas and electronic company building. The color of rain on the roof of a Tesla Model 3. The inside of this tomato looks like a strawberry. My phone glass shattered and now it looks like a Japanese painting. Cloud that's shaped like a shark. These trucks appear to have swapped beds. This tree looks like an evil wizard casting a spell. It was a wizard cursed into being a tree. This tip of a defective Sharpie without any ink. My grandmother has a flower drawer in her kitchen. This jar is shaped to look like a Ziploc bag. This piano I made out of random rocks. This piece of cedar wood that looks like a lamb chop. Okay, I still think that is meat. Found this 41-year-old unopened Pepsi at a thrift shop. My hotel gave me a cute little towel alligator wearing sunglasses. Ice sheet holding onto trees after flood subsides. Physics is broken. My lock got a bit scratched up, and the middle now looks like a kind of horse. Pegasus. My cousin has a snake with Obama in its scales. I see Obama, and I see something very sus. This moon lamp my girlfriend has. Okay, Gru. Sure. Whatever you say. The handicapped ramp is built into the staircase. The way this wood splits looks like a city skyline. These two sycamore trees become one. These croissants made to look like wooden cubes. These wires are so well organized. Windows on the entrance of my apartment, creating a smiley face in the sunlight. This glass pokeball with a Charizard in it. Charizard embryo. This tree survived the bombing in Hiroshima. How is it still alive? This cable I found in my attic can detain burglars. If you need to detain a burglar until the authorities arrive, this cable can make approximately 3 perpetrators immobile when properly tied. This Texas-shaped brick in Texas. Too much Texas. This cup is specifically designed for drinking coffee in 0 gravity. There's multiple dead end sign in Oslo, Norway. This bit of concrete looks like the Iron Giant. A pawn found inside of the Queen. So the Queen was a pawn all this time? Or maybe what it's saying is everyone is equal. The seed of this tree looks like a little pineapple. You sure that won't grow a mini pineapple tree? Layers of paint on an NYC subway pillar. That paint is thick. What is that? Why is it so thick? The way the light hits this mannequin makes her look like she has a mustache. There is an image of Groot living in my wooden table. Help him, free Groot. He doesn't want to be a table. Picked up my phone off a blanket. This is where the tile meets the carpet. In my apartment's clubhouse. Original selfie stick in the 90s book about useless Japanese inventions. This product made a lot of people rich. Threw my shirt on the bed and it took me a minute to find it. Wow, this reminds me of me with my phone, except my phone is not camouflaged. And die in the sink. Perfect heart-shaped strawberry. $1 million USD in $1 bills. This is Mr. Beast's new video. Japanese pen case marked 500 yen, but it's priced at $10 in the US. This parking sign at my local dentistry. Round Lake dental parking only. Others will be painfully extracted. My infrared camera can see through my paint. Hopefully it can't see through clothes. That'll be awkward. Pennies stacked in a jar. Wonder how long this took. This hotel shampoo assumes your theft. The best shampoo you will ever steal. These rocks resemble the faces of former US presidents. Our soap pump fell and cracked but didn't break. The soap clogs the cracks. All I see is Spider-Man. Some World War II defenses uncovered after some recent erosion. This restaurant near my house uses concrete sewer pipes for outdoor seating. This is cool and creative. Found a note from 1981 while demolishing the bathroom. Bob and Debbie wallpapered this room, and it was fun. This shoe shop has an area to test your new shoes containing Lego. This dog statue looks like it has a snow dinosaur on its back. This pizza place gives you instructions on how to reheat your pizza with your receipt. This bench is made from a curled up paving stone. Someone braided this bush to get it out of the way for the kids using the slide. This photo looks like somebody has poorly inserted another photo into it. This banister covered in snow looks like an old lady with an old-timey hat and scarf. These fishnet stockings made from the table's shadow. The way this poster somehow got corrupted between the PC and the printer but still printed out. There's a message by the zipper of my pants warning me to be careful. Be careful, you've only got one. That can be interpreted in a lot of ways. The bowl I used for painting with watercolors evaporated and left colorful salt crystals. I work at a small movie theater and just realized the poster for Ready Player One has a secret maze leading to the Easter egg. I found the ceiling light full of rubber ducks in a pub in Edinburgh. The way these trees grew from the remnants of older ones. I bought a charger that sits flat on my belly so that I don't bend it and break it. Guy made a flower and leaves out of coffee shop napkins. This table apron is cut to perfectly fit matching chair back. The clock at my school's library. Found this bottle with moss while walking in the woods. Dinosaur skull on my local... Why does McDonald's have this? Recycled cardboard used as an alternative to bubble wrap. The pattern water makes as it comes out of my tap. Isn't this laminar flow? My hotel room comes with a complimentary Android phone with free data and calls. Take me out. I am your free travel buddy. My daytime cold medicine melted in my car and no, they look like elf shoes. Are you sure you're not an elf? Or maybe there's an elf living in your car. This wire has worn into this rock after years of hikers walking over it. This park has a swing for wheelchair users. This is nice. Georgia Tech sent me a wallet-sized version of my diploma. Big things come in small packages. The ice on top of my car yesterday. Creepy rabbit in my coffee. I don't see a rabbit. You know Ghostbusters? You know the big white thing? That's what I see. The marshmallow. The school uses 2 Chromebooks as clocks. Yes, this display is an upside down Chromebook. Instead of recycling 2 damaged devices, we repurposed them. Think green. The intensity of this rainbow refracted through my aquarium. The ceiling fan at my parents' house is made of 2 separate oscillating fans. A bathroom for dogs. Pet relief area. These rainbowless Skittles. It's a gamble. Someone dropped their spaghetti during a wipe. My boss's mousepad shaped like a tiny rug. My left eye is about 1/3 grey. A friend found a very long Cheerio. Looks like a churro. This stretch of road used for practicing lines. This tiny bag of pasta I got in Italy. In 1898, Nikola Tesla once tricked an entire crowd into believing they could control a toy boat by shouting commands when he had in fact invented radio control and was piloting the boat himself. This morning reflected on my front door. This used sandpaper looked like Jupiter. This building in Chicago has a map of the surrounding area with its own location marked. I was playing my Xbox 360 and came across this creepy shadow. This police car that looks like a cab from the back. This floating layer of ice I found on a hike. Large ice crystals in Switzerland. Am I the only one who would put this in my mouth? This weird shadow my paper made. I cut right through this screw in my workshop. You are very strong. 5-minute shower challenge to save water and the hotel's money. 5-minute shower challenge. Challenge yourself to take a shower in 5 minutes or less. My brother cut a toothbrush in half instead of getting a travel brush. This plant growing inside a floor light fixture. Trash bins in Copenhagen are angled so cyclists can toss their trash while biking. Dude Perfect would love being in Copenhagen. My kitten has 2 canines. Probably get this checked at the vet, right? My dorm's lobby has a secret door. My friend has been using a mouse for his phone ever since the touchscreen broke. This Jeep that looks angry, looks armored. Morgan Freeman wears earrings that are worth enough to pay for a coffin in case he dies in a strange place. This is actually an old sailor's tradition. Planting 90,000-ish trees takes a few inches of shovel. Japan's highest bridge height compared to Godzilla. So Godzilla really isn't that big. Or maybe he is big, but what humans have done is just bigger. The highest bridge is bigger than the pyramids? What? Every morning the bees come to drink from my bird bath. Retired Navy SEAL Don Shipley has dedicated much of his post-service life to exposing individuals who falsely claim to be SEALs. According to Shipley, the FBI estimates that there are approximately 300 imposter Navy SEALs for every living SEAL. My work continues the paint lines up the wall to help people park. The table and chairs at my friend's house look cel-shaded. They look cartoony, just fake. The carpet at this airport looks like an aerial view of the ground from the window of an airplane. This is very trippy. This window looks like a painting. It would have tricked me into thinking it was a painting, but there's light coming out of it. So, our dishwasher projects how much time is left. 36 minutes. The subway car in Seoul has a mini library. You would never have this in the UK. Not only would this get trashed up, some people would steal the books, and some people would just break the books. My camera focused on the background through the glass. Those black cards a friend gave me. I colored each piece of this puzzle individually and then assembled it. This would annoy me. No, I couldn't do this. It's beautiful though. Google Chrome game dino on these shorts. Private houses on the roof of an 8-story mall in Zhuzhou, China. You can now see where the spare key in my wallet is. The ketchup inside this bottle has a crack. I would not be buying that. These trash cans in the trash. The grinds at the bottom of my coffee look like an alpine forest scene. The way the trees reflect in the glasses. The clock works with the position of the sun. Photos line up perfectly from 2 different brands. The cameraman's a paid actor. The Swiss cheese has 1 hole. Street musicians performing without amplifiers. If you want to hear their music, you have to wear headphones. This fly swatter that gives the fly a fighting chance. These round radiators. Just found this behemoth in my box of Raisin Bran Crunch. That's a massive cluster. This bench made to look like a stack of books. Sorry discarded rubber band in the street. Looks like a perfect treble clef. There's Tabasco tray on our pizza. This restaurant has Mother's Day cards in the bathroom in case you forgot to get your mum one. Forgot to grab her a Mother's Day card? We got your back. The sun came through the window of my new apartment and hit a mirror, setting my carpet on fire. The way my monitor reflected on my whiskey. My local ice cream shop puts a mini marshmallow in the bottom of their waffle cones to prevent leakage. These mounted police officers have tail lights. A guy in my town makes these skeleton displays. The Ether Bunny. Got an event bracelet that can be planted. Plant this bracelet in 4/4 of soil and water often. Enjoy your California-friendly wildflowers. This Kit Kat with a crooked wafer. I live in China. My pen was made in the USA. In odds of a hard-boiled egg after it was neglected in the fridge for a year. If you told me that was a marble, I'd believe you. The alphabet, arranged symmetrically. These Hello Kitty construction barriers in Tokyo. Iron Man has nipples, but the Hulk doesn't. This store for your dog outside a supermarket in Copenhagen. This nearly invisible wet paper towel on the table. The cafe at my closest beach gives free drinks to people who collect a bucket of litter from the beach. Got 2 minutes? Of course you have. Grab a bucket and make a difference with 2-minute beach clean. Fill up a bucket and we'll fill up your cup. The sugar cube I put in my coffee left a perfect negative of itself in the foam. And the Sorcerer's Stone. My copy of Harry Potter has a misprinted cover and is missing the Harry Potter on the title. It was all a hallucination. What do they call when everyone remembers something but it's not really true? Before women were allowed to enroll in medical school, Margaret Ann Bulkley dressed as a man for 56 years to study medicine and become her alter ego, Dr. James Barry. It was only when she died in 1865 that her secret was exposed after 46 years of working as an army medical officer. Chad. The way the sun has weathered this sign so it looks like it's heavy metal style. A handmade retro-futuristic digital clock. Our school's magazine publication intentionally placed a physical hole in their newest issue. Enough is enough. What are they saying enough is enough to though? My workplace has a whiteboard showing yesterday's food waste right above where the employees keep used dishes. Take all you can eat, but eat all you can take. Yesterday's food wastage was 6 kg. Wait, 0.6, which can feed 24 people. I picked up my shampoo bottle and it left behind some letters. It's like the spaghetti. You know, spaghetti with a bunch of letters. You should try and eat them. Definitely won't make you ill. I accidentally told my friend the sweetest pickup line ever. I started talking about solipsism, the belief that everything around you was created by your mind. And I went, if everything around me is all my imagination, then you're the best thing I've come up with. She was speechless for a solid 5 minutes. I got 2 posters, pulled them out of the tube and got this against the sunlight. This is how the little tables and pizza boxes are packaged. I passed a windmill blade on the interstate today. This man dressed as a genie in a bottle. My friend had a bug on his windshield that made him look like a Godzilla monster. This lightning interrupted my picture of that's the thickest lightning strike I've ever seen. We found a safe behind a fake electrical socket in our new house. Panther would only come to the window if no one was there, so I hid behind the wall. Definitely worth it. This interplanetary street sign. Oh, the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.4. Okay, cool. I'll see you there in 10 minutes. This person's license plate is the hex code for the exact shade of blue their car is. Sunlight shattered my new glass table. The shadow correctly labels this dog. And what do you get dog spelled backwards? God. The coffee stain that resembles a map on the inside of my cup. This morning I saw firefighters watering flowers. When it's so hot in Phoenix, even the street signs are melting. The sign in my local park after the owl attacks in 2015. Good warning. I kind of want to meet an owl though. This is the biggest banana I've ever seen. The shadow is blue. This brick couch. I found a pencil that looks like a cigarette on the ground. The shape of this water spout. My local Dunkin' Donuts used to be a car wash, so the drive-thru is inside the building. The flyer makes up almost half my face. It was so hot in Melbourne, Australia. The speed bump melted. The truck next to me had a dent that allowed me to open my door all the way. This genius is using a hammock during a layover. Is this allowed? Found this put up on a closed restaurant. I will return in 10 minutes. But if I'm late, read this message again. I cut open an onion only to find a smiley face. My cat has a question mark on his chest. My cat decided to be Batman this morning. That is such a cool shadow. Catman. This meeting room has an old airplane wing as a table. My roommate made a cat out of foam. This tray I found hiking looks like a forest monster watching over you. This guy's fence is made from random doors. A strawberry that looks like a chicken. Even without barriers, the British still know how to queue. Old shoes in the forest turn to moss. This tree looks like broccoli. This yogurt lid can be folded into a little spoon. This restaurant label is fine with falling off the elevated booth, as long as you do so in a humorous manner. Please watch your step, or at least fall humorously. Wooden bench looks like it's smiling. The sun shining through the office window looks like a speech bubble. A coworker told me he would throw water on me if I took his picture. We met in the middle and here is the result. Caught the reflection of the light in the window. Looks like it's floating in the sky. This van has a picture of this man on it. Nothing else at all. Maybe it's him. I was born missing my right pinky finger. My friend's cat has a comically long tail. The way my phone is placed in this cup holder makes it look transparent. This building looks like a flash drive. This is actually actually a crypto wallet. It has 10 trillion Bitcoin. But you need a PC which has a big enough USB port. This fox I encountered on my school's campus while going for a walk last night. This guy who's not running for anything's campaign sign. Matt Danik. I'm not running for anything. I just wanted my own sign. This picture of my dog includes a reflection of me taking the picture. This bike was left at a tree sapling, and the tree grew through it, fern growing under a circular roof hole. This airport restroom has 4 different hand dryers. Frog left his tracks behind on a dewy windshield this morning. My hotel room was Tesla's apartment in 1930. Levels of clothing working on the North Sea. It's fall out of one of my windows and winter out of the other. The pilot landed precisely within one space, despite the whole lot being empty. A snowball naturally forming inside a piece of decorative wrought iron. This cat looks like the one on the box. These girls in the restroom are laughing at me. Well, joke's on them, you have something they don't. Keep laughing, ladies. There's a fully operational Blockbuster in my town. The way this knife set matches the kitchen surface. I took a selfie with a penguin, and the glass between us made it look like he had a photo of me in his pen. This buried bottle outside the train station has a plant growing in it. A butterfly with 89 on the side of its wing landed on my shorts. The F fell off my Ford Fiesta Flame. The sun is so bright that I can see the Apple logo on the back of my laptop shining through the screen. I took a picture of split-second ripples in a puddle, and I thought the symmetry was pretty cool. My hotel room number is created by a shadow, 351. I still use my great-grandfather's World War II army satchel as a backpack for college. Perfectly laid pipes. I need to do this bit for my cables on my PC. The snow on this patio table looks like a pastry pie. This Brussels sprout that looks like a small but very unimpressed alien. Guy strolling his dog at the store. This dog is so cool. Someone somehow managed to throw a Budweiser bottle inside the wall of my university campus without smashing it. A mask created by pressing tin foil on my face. The snail sitting right in the middle of this bunch of leaves. Turns out Lego bricks have a perfect fit on my keyboard. This ball of soap I've created over the past 3 years by adding soap bars when they become too small to use. The speed hump sign says, whoa, whoa, speed hump ahead. All this rubber was scraped off a drag racing track. The leak in my mother-in-law's roof. Collected in between the paint and the wool. You need a needle and a bucket. Pop. These tomatoes ripen in order. What's your favorite color? Mine's probably the reddest one. There's bizarre brickwork on my neighboring building. Nothing's perfect. Saw an apple tree with no leaves, but plenty of apples. That's what you want. This hornet's nest looks kind of like a hornet's head. Crack on my phone camera creates weird lighting effect. This building caught fire, and this is what it looked like after the fire was put out in below 0 temperatures. This orange that grew on the other side of the fence. The way one of my eggs this morning looked like it inverted. What a fire hydrant looks like out of the ground. This leaf created concentric circles as it blew in the wind. My hair stands up like this without any product added. Have you been in a scientific accident? Has the experiment gone wrong and caused you to be electrocuted? The body of a gymnast while performing a trick. Al Capone sponsored a soup kitchen that served up 3 hot meals a day to thousands of the unemployed during the Great Depression. No questions asked. This giant dandelion in Montana, bigger than your hand. This escalator has a flat section in the middle. My roommate's spatula has a stand, so the bit that touches your food doesn't touch the counter. A shadow of 2 random people on my grandparents created an image of their younger selves. A sunflower in the gutter. My sister took a picture of Niagara Falls from a helicopter. Phone vibrated while I was taking a picture. The vending machine at work made an error and distributed everything all at once. This is what cigarette smoke did to this chair. Placed in 2 different rooms. In one of them, smoking is allowed. The way this guy's head on Alaska Airways lines up with the mountains in Nevada. Salford University sending me acceptance via floppy disk card. Welcome to the School of Computing, Science and Engineering. One of my dogs sneezed while I was taking their photo. He doesn't like photos of himself. When the cold weather hits, bags like this pop up all over town. Thanks, Ashley. If you are cold, this scarf/hat/earmuffs are for you. Please take them and wear them. Love, Ashley. This girl in my class writes like a robot. A palette burned in such a way that it looks like different birds sitting next to each other and enjoying the fire. Fire exit signs in case you're crawling. My dog ripped open her toy and there was a sadder toy inside. The adhesive side of this wristband tapers in so it doesn't accidentally stick to your skin. This fence is shaped to create seating. My Mandarin looks like a butterfly. This bumper sticker. You place a state sticker on the blank map every time you visit a new state. The rainbow perfectly dyed. The reflection of the lamp gives my glasses eyeballs. My friend went to an Intel building yesterday. They have vending machines for computer computer parts. My boss writes notes on his hand and photocopies it for later. This van that painted over their rust to make mountains. This is artist. You are an artist, whoever did this. This guy brought his gaming supercomputer into the public library in several suitcases. Come on, man. This tiny baby swordfish. These IKEA instructions actually told me to throw away the 4 screws at the end. This bar in Japan doesn't label their beer taps because people are like, if it's alcohol, I'm drinking it. The sign is trying to stop people from littering. Hey, tosser, littering again? I hope you die alone. You may think one bit of litter doesn't matter, but that's just what a scumbag like you would think. Don't be a tosser, put it in the bin. The view from my plane looks like I left the atmosphere. This globe does not have Europe on it. This gecko with 3 tails. 3 tails, 1 head. Needs to have 3 heads, 1 tail. This building looks like a movie prop. It's on one of those 4-wheel stands. This billboard used itself to celebrate its 80th birthday. A falling icicle impaled my chair. Must have been very sharp, or your chair is very weak. My apple has 2 stalks. Mutated apple. I need this. Best doormat ever. Come in. Go away. The way this streetlight caused the leaves to stay on this tree. The eyes on the Coca-Cola bears are bottle caps. I did not know this. Are you saying that bears eat plastic? My kids are gonna learn today. Soul-crushing meeting. Messed up this fudge and it looks like fried chicken. My fly trap actually caught a fly. I thought they were just called Venus flytraps for not catching flies. This is cool though. My boyfriend and I went to a beer festival and met a couple who dressed the same as us. This pen has a maze inside of it. You know what I think this meme is? It's amazing. I'm so sorry. In the 1600s, the Japanese created mechanical puppets called karakuri. By the 19th century, these puppets could serve tea and even shoot arrows, showcasing early Japanese ingenuity in robotics. A 10 p.m. blood red night rainbow outside my home in Scotland. This gas station sign has the price of coffee. A $1 coffee. This meme must be old. The airflow along the wing became visible on my recent flight. These McDonald's Danishes look like sloths. I don't see sloths. I just see very sad dogs. You know those white dogs? They just look sad all the time? Yeah. This guitar shop that looks like an amplifier. My city started putting colored LED strips at crosswalks so people staring at their phone won't walk into traffic. It looks like a single stream of water is falling from the sky to feed the Yosemite Falls. What my cleaning lady does with the toilet paper. An albino deer I spotted in northwestern Wisconsin yesterday. Okay, this was not yesterday because, as you see bottom right, 2017. These manhole covers in Osaka, Japan. I found this butterfly between the sheets of a 231-year-old book. It looks alive. How? Maybe it's immortal. Mini crab found inside of mussel shell. This pebble I found on the beach looks like a ghost. This frog that lives in my fence. Sculpture in the National Portrait Gallery that looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek. My uncle built little stairs for his little dog. Oh, now we need to see the dog. My KFC chicken tender looks like the USA. The engine heat made some art last night. You sure someone didn't just draw this out while you were sleeping? My shepherd slash pitbull switches breeds depending on whether he's shaved or not. You sure that's the same dog? This plant is preventing itself from blooming. But why would it want to do this? My Uber driver has an NES set up in the back seat. 5 stars. You have to. This tomato paste gets healthier the more you eat. An ink pen that has a pull-out map of New York City. A tourist's best friend. This lenticular cloud that resembles an SR-71. Face ID is visible when you take a picture of the iPhone X. My university makes notepads out of the recycled paper and hands them out to students. My friend holding an ice circle over the sun. These batteries have a USB port to charge them. Every battery should have this. Friend tore down his wall for renovations and found this mural on another wall behind it. My newspaper came with 2 printed pattern pages to wrap presents. These reticulated pythons self-segregated themselves based on color just after hatching. Husks of dead flowers in my garden. Looks like skulls slash plague masks. This VW van towing a replica of itself. Braille Rubik's Cube. Okay, you just have to have a different brain to do this. This is how birds get x-rayed. This German hotel where I'm staying at has no Bible in the room, but it does offer this. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The skull of Mary Magdalene in St. Maximin Basilica in France. The Confederation Bridge in Canada cuts ice like French fries when you told them to be the salt of the earth, but they choose to be salty to everyone on earth instead. I snapped a picture of my finger getting shocked by static electricity. This Japanese toilet uses the hand wash water to refill the tank. This is smart, yeah. This pharmacy has a magnifying glass so people can read medicine labels and details more easily. This hermit crab that lives in a Sprite bottle cap. Forensics class fingerprinted a balloon and then inflated it for a lab. It's illegal to sell alcohol at night, so at my local 24/7 supermarket, locks down the aisle. Well, an alcoholic would just jump over the aisle. My local bookstore still has the boxes from their original shipment of Deathly Hallows. Over 10 years later, my fiance and I drink beer at the same rate, but the foam on our glasses reveal the difference in gulp sizes. A student gave me a kazooie for my apples. Saltwater crocodile be like, water is water. View into a basement after chimney removal. The lightning struck the moment my friend took the photo. This pizza place tells you the area of all their pizza sizes and how large they are compared to each other. The bank sent my parents confetti to celebrate paying off their mortgage. Celebrate, you're richer than you think. Dying leaf with a blaze pattern. London Heathrow has lights above toilet doors to signify which ones are occupied. This jet's trail that looks like it took off with the help of a roller coaster tracks. There's dark toilet paper at my friend's bathroom. I found a Super Nintendo that's been made into a part of the wall. My, it could be worse mug ironically has arrived. This elevator shows how close to capacity it is, based on the weight of the riders. I managed to capture my friend's fingers separate from his body when he tried to photobomb my picture. The security guard at my office wears a different crazy hat every day. The elevators in my office building have an umbrella sign that lights up if it's raining outside. Osaka, Japan. This fungus looks like a chocolate-covered donut. The water runs behind the faucets instead of into a sink. This just reduces splash, right? And waste. This is genius. Unless people start putting rubbish down in the gap, that'd be so annoying. The original McDonald's menu from 1950 only had 9 items on it, and one of them was root beer. Orangeade. Orangeade? What is that? When Japan executes criminals by hanging, these 3 wool buttons are simultaneously pressed by 3 different people, so none of them know who opened the trap door. Often seen as the most useless bird on the planet, the kakapo can't fly and can barely walk. To attract females, the male will dig a hole and sit in it, shouting loudly at any female passing by. Rarely does this work, so it waddles off to find a rock and humps that instead. A neat way to roll a 2-sided die. The elevator at Amazon's office is wrapped to look like a cardboard box. The lines in this parking lot of fish. Not real fish, painted fish, but still fish. This plant looks like it's flipping you off a bunch. You mean a branch? The Stranger Things DVD Blu-ray is supposed to look like a VHS from the 80s. The reason hurricanes and cyclones have human names is that the original meteorologist to name them, Clement Ragel, began naming them after politicians he didn't like. This let him say they were causing great distress or wandering aimlessly. There's a bizarre animal in Oregon that looks and smells like a sock, and scientists are feeding it sardines. I don't want to know why. Vine ripened grape. This looks, I don't know why, but this looks so much better. Because I guess it's because it's, I don't know, this looks like a better shape. Wait, that's actually kind of a good idea. Selling grapes, but they're structured like this. Is that not a good idea? Have I just given someone like a crazy business idea? Like imagine fruits, but they're in a different shape. Like, especially with grapes, you can do this with, you can't really do it with raspberries or blackberries. But grapes, definitely. And they probably taste slightly different about the texture because of the amount of pressure on some side, etc. Japan University offers Ninja Studies degree. I didn't see you in class yesterday. Thanks, sir. 4 years ago, my physics teacher and I made a chair ball. Every chair in the room is balanced on 1. This girl is really 32 years old, but she has to flash her ID about 32 times a day to prove that's her real age. How to kill an introvert. Starve him to death by putting a stranger in the kitchen. The tusk of a woolly mammoth being unearthed from a Siberian riverbed. Wrong. Huge earthworm. If you break a bone in your arm or leg, immediately repeat the injurious action on the other side. The pain of the broken bones will be much less than knowing your injury lacks symmetry, thus restoring balance and harmony. This picture of a crow is interesting because it's actually a cat. I don't see a crow. I see a... Does anyone see a crow? Remember kids, if it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. And if it's white, you are severely done. When I was giving CPR instructions on a 911 call, forgot to hit my mute button and said, I'm pretty sure this one's already dead. The caller said, wait, what? I have a common condition where I was born with 5 fingers on each hand. Lucky, I have 8, but will call me an octopus. Anti-LGBT politician resigns after he's caught doing the deed with a man in his room. I was in a 1v10 fight once. It was a hard-fought battle and I had to go all out and use all my martial arts skills. And in the end, we managed to beat up the guy. US Army once tried to make a Nerf football hand grenade. I do see how this can work. Lucas knows what you did. And Lucas commented, I know what you did. Sushi date, eating them in front of their family is crazy. I hate math, too confusing. It's been 9 years. I hope you're doing great in life now. It couldn't be going worse, Keith. Someone. Coca-Cola can remove rust from metal. Imagine what it's doing to your body. Me. Phew, getting rid of the rust, idiot. That's not how it works. I've been drinking soda and my body's rust-free. Not sure where you're getting your facts from. If I were the United States president for a day, I would put all the frozen mini pizzas in a straight line and then explode an atomic bomb in one of the sides to see at which point they are perfectly cooked. Get this man in office immediately. I would never tell my girl to take down an attractive photo of herself off Instagram because it's too revealing. She's a grown woman and she can do whatever she wants with her body. I'll just report the photos 20 times until Instagram deletes it though. This person has gotten 9.8 million Steam points from this one Steam review of Overwatch 2. The people who make Overwatch not safe for work content work harder than people who make Overwatch. The horrible truth behind marshmallow ranches. When they are fat from grazing all summer, they will be slaughtered to make smaller ones, packed and sold in stores. Some are cut up and held over a fire while still alive. If you live to be 100, you should make up some fake reason why, just to mess with people. Like, you claim you ate a pine cone every single day. Rat ultrasound. How is she going to pay for that? Her husband works in a restaurant. The black-footed cat is the deadliest wildcat in the world. Though they only weigh 2 to 6 pounds, they take down more prey in a single night than a leopard does in 6 months. He's just a little man though, a tiny guy. This tracked motorcycle from 1939. I like it, pretty cool. People often say they hope their deceased pet is chasing squirrels in doggy heaven. What did all those squirrels, do people say that? I've never heard anyone say that. What did all those squirrels do to deserve an afterlife of torment? Dog heaven is also squirrel hell. It's a very efficient system. The thought of squirrels sinning so much in the mortal plane that they have to be sent to squirrel hell to atone. They know that the bird feeder isn't meant for them. In Target. Little girl in checkout line. I'm gonna see a cow today. Me. Wow, that sounds so cool. Mum of girl. Please ignore her. She's trying to say her grandma, but she heard me call her a cow today and she won't stop repeating it. I got this tank top on Amazon and they sent me a dress. On the plus side, it does make me look great. Every 6 months, this man in South Dakota climbs this communication tower to change the light bulb. He is paid $20K per climb. What's it called when you're introverted, but have taken on numerous leadership and outgoing roles in your whole life? Introvertuous. I'm here to help, but I'd rather not be. This ad on the train is going to trigger some people. Did you just spend 100K to get a 40K job when Henry Cavill had to prove to his nephew's teachers that his uncle was in fact Superman? That boy looks determined. My bad, and you're good is my favorite English language exchange. What about when people say, no, yeah, that too? Are these the only 2 options? In the last 5 years, Melissa has spent over 500K on sidekicks. That's enough money to buy 416 poodles. A few days ago, I was walking past a basketball court, and a ball flew past me, and I didn't flinch, caught the ball, threw it back at the guy, responded to his, thanks bro, with a nod. It was like the ghost of some guy named Chad took over me, so I didn't embarrass myself. A bro talked to me today, and it caught me very off guard, but instead of my voice rising an octave, I dropped it an octave, and I suddenly was effortlessly speaking bro back to him. This resulted in a very positive interaction. Thanks, Chad. Like the video to be possessed by a good ghost Chad in your hour of need. Why is no one freaking out over Mater from Cars? The guy lives in a junkyard full of car parts, which wouldn't be that bad if he didn't exist in a universe of talking cars. He sleeps surrounded by discarded organs and hollowed out corpses. You are suddenly able to see numbers above people's heads, which are counting down and you have no idea why. One person you meet reaches 0 and hands you a ravioli from their back pocket. The numbers. It's a ravioli countdown. You are the ravioli receiver. I walked into my room and found this sitting on my bed. To this love dad. Thanks dad. Apparently my dad bought this for me because when I said I want a mango smoothie this morning, he thought I said I want a watermelon to soothe me. Thanks dad. Well, at least he's caring. Girlfriend who spends 18 hours a day watching videos about dudes who ate their entire family. I don't know, I just feel anxious for some reason. Oregon man driving stolen car crashes into woman driving another stolen car. This is the romantic comedy I want to see this summer. In 1845, 79 people died in a bridge collapse over the River Burr because a large crowd had gathered to watch a clown in the bathtub be pulled upriver by 4 geese. The world before Netflix. Breastplate of a cavalryman, struck by cannonball while serving Napoleon. I don't care how ugly you are. If you're funny, you can bag any girl you want. Guess what? What? Chicken butt. This guy's funny. I just love the lack of privacy in the pharmacy line. Just standing there shouting out my name, date of birth, and exactly what is wrong with me for the the world to hear. Let's go is the male equivalent of slay. This is causing immense controversy. In 2015, Godzilla became an official Japanese citizen and was also employed as a tourism ambassador of Japan. Asked my roommate for an update on my cat Tofu, and she sent me this. He is doing quite fine. Decided to update my resume. My name, Austin. I've done almost 100 things. People who learn English as a second language are superheroes. Could you imagine looking at the word yacht and not just giving up? Why my hand shaky? Your skeleton is ready to hatch? This is so ominous. Thank you. Elephants in Cambodia have learned to exploit their right of way and stop passing sugarcane trucks to steal a snack. Not gonna lie, that would be so hot. I love pathetic men. Just imagine he's playing basketball, points at you and says, "This is for you," and completely misses. My nephew has a new classmate from Zimbabwe, and upon discovering that Zimbabwe is in Africa, these kids are 6, the first thing everyone asked him is if he'd been to Wakanda. His reply, "No, there are forest fields around it." Selling my cow, he ain't moved yet. I think he's Spanish. A malfunction causes red wine to flow from faucets in an Italian town. Americans rebuilding their houses right after they got blown away in a hurricane with the same materials that caused the houses to get blown away. Apparently my kid got in trouble today for packing our toaster in his backpack and pulling it out at lunch to make Pop-Tarts for his class. I can't stop laughing. Me and my twin painting. Which one's the painting? Name a game you're proud to have 100% completed. Hey Ubi, why don't you name a game you have completed at 100% before releasing? I can't. The guy I'm seeing is getting his hair cut before he goes to the shelter to rescue a dog because he wants the dog to think his father is handsome. I hope you married him. One day last semester, I was on the bus heading to class and I was like, damn, class started 10 minutes ago. I'm going to be late again. And then I looked down and realized that my professor was in the seat in front of me editing his PowerPoints for the class that we were both supposed to be in. Homeless cats annoy me. What do you want to be homeless for? Stop running away from me and get in my car. Let me catnap you, please. We have never found a cave painting of a salad. Not yet. What's your favorite thing someone else drew? Definitely this. I wish these were real. Maybe if we genetically mutate them. What is the weirdest thing a complete stranger has done to you? I got told to show me your bobs while in a crosswalk. The car had several guys in it. I did it and they cheered. I'm a 6'4", 240-pound very hairy man. It was an interesting experience. When my daughter was 7 years old, she once interrupted a bedtime story to tell me, in a pie eating contest, it doesn't matter if you win or lose because you get to eat a pie. And I think about that a lot. Okay, so I snapped my fingers like a lot and I snapped them really good and loud. And this lady in the next aisle over replied as soon as I snapped, "I'm good, girl." And her husband said, "That wasn't me, babe. I'm dead." What? Ooh, I wonder what they're doing with clicking. I know this is meant for a dog, but same. My personality. I am very shy, but I am very food motivated, so I'm just a few treats away from being your new best friend. The banana was once a perfect representation of a phone shape. You could hold it up and be like, "Haha, hello?" and make your friends die laughing. These times are behind us. Phones are just rectangles now. We need a replacement food. I hereby nominate the ice cream sandwich. Yeah, but ice cream sandwiches are rarer than just having a banana. I think it should be an apple for no reason. One day a dude was like, "This is blue raspberry flavor." And we said, "Raspberries aren't blue." And he said, "Well, this is what they would taste like if they were." And we just said, "Oh, okay." At my boss's funeral, kneeling and whispering at coffin, "Who's thinking outside the box now, Gary?" I told this joke to my wife while she was using mouthwash, and she spit it out. How is he not humiliated? I love that The Weeknd looks like when a girl draws a bid on her face for a low-budget comedy sketch. Laser tagging is terrifying. They give you a 10-minute speech, like you're about to enlist into the army. That little noise goes off when you start. Feel like you're running onto the beach on D-Day. I like melee damaging people. The plagiarism section of the syllabus is the same for every class, almost as if it was copied and pasted. No, not copied and pasted, 0. If a service dog without a person approaches you, it means the person is down and in need of help. Follow the dog and you'll get a free purse or wallet. If Toad wore a beanie, which way would he wear it? The left. Actually, no, probably the right, but it doesn't look as good. Dying at BBC News. The presenter was talking about the supermoon and there was meant to be a picture, but it didn't appear. So she held her hands up in a circle and said, "It looked like this a little bit." Every time I hear people talking about NFTs, I think of this. "Dear Jane, I do not have any money, so I'm sending you this drawing I did of a spider instead. I value the drawing of $233, so trust that it settles this matter. I'd like a Purge movie where they deal with the awkwardness of the next day. You turn up at work and everyone's asking where Bob from Sales is. Then you admit you killed him during the Purge. Make tons of bad movies. Make one where you prove you're a good actor. Uncut gems. Resume making bad movies. Refuse to elaborate further." Guys, I'm literally shaking. Since Mayhem is in an apocalypse-themed skin, that means she has not taken a bath in a long time. This means her feet must must smell incredible. Ugh. Imagine all that time of her in those boots. My mouth is watering. I just can't handle. Ban this person from the internet, please. My dad seriously sent this to our family group chat. I can't keep up with the pressure of always having to lol or like or heart everyone's random thoughts, pictures, and amusement. For all future texts, I love them, laugh at them, or like them. Unless it's bad, then I dislike them. In perpetuity, I can't live with this pressure. I'm out. Sometimes I tell my mum I don't like something, and she goes, "No, you used to love this thing." And when I ask when did I last express desire for this thing? She goes, "When you were 4, you could not get enough of this thing." And I say, "Mother, I am 26. Mums be like, "It's just a phase," and then expect eternal permanency of the 4-year-old self. I just saw a man pick up and carry 2 golden retrievers, large ones, one on each shoulder. He was saying, "You always do this. You said you wanted to go for a walk," as he picked them up. If you feel ugly, just know that there's a Japanese myth that says your face right now is the face of the person you loved the most in your past life. I just think it's beautiful because in your eyes back then, the face you see in the mirror was the one you most adored. My friend works 2 jobs and doesn't tend to specify which one he's talking about. So he will say stuff like, "A lady died at work today, and the rest of us have to play a fun little game called Nursing Home or Yankee Candle." Today he goes, "Someone threw a candle at me at work," and I think I can finally reliably pin down one of his anecdotes. But nope, it was the wretched nursing home. Ollie has 2 settings, high alert and cozy. Me, looking at $900,000 houses with $76 in my bank account. Interesting design choice, but okay. My mum has these Winnie the Pooh salt and pepper shakers on the stove, but Christopher Robin fell over, and it looks like he's having a breakdown while Pooh dissociates. Me, I don't really get why Floridians, is that how you say it? Lose their mind when they see a beach. It's just sand and water. Who gives a damn? Also me, sees one mountain. Oh boy, holy, that's a big rock. Instead of calling it a to-do list, I've started writing side quests at the top to make it seem more fun and interesting, and boy has this not worked at all. Grimes and Elon Musk have a baby boy named, how do you even say this? XEA. My wife just asked me if the bit.ly link was part of the name, and I said I didn't know. The skull of Dinocrocuta gigantea, a huge hyena from the Miocene that was 3 times bigger than the modern spotted hyena. Yeah, I'm only 35. I have my whole life ahead of me. Sports broadcaster. Here comes the oldest player in the league. He's 32. A miracle. This is why you have to play golf. You will never be too old for golf. Today, this guy was trying to find his wife and Fred Mayer, and he yelled, "Marco," and she yelled back, "Polo." And he looks at me and says, "That came from the wine section, didn't it?" And oh my, I think I just saw my actual future. One time I texted my girlfriend to let her know I ripped my pants. Well, that was my mic. That was a mic glitch. And what I said was that I fell and completely destroyed my pants. She thought I had fallen and pooped my pants. She was incredibly supportive, and it took 15 hours before we realized the miscommunication. I married her. The only thing keeping me sane is knowing that there's an animal called sea squirt, and they look like cute blobs that are surprise. Item, handful of tiny soda cans, each containing a few drops of pure flavor syrup. If added to a glass of water, the syrup turns into that soda. Imported straight from Minnesota. When I get married, my wife will be in the kitchen where she stays, and I will also be in there because it's our bedroom. We live in a very small studio apartment because we are poor. Your 225 night Airbnb. No entry after 10 p.m. Your $225 per night hotel. One boring room, please. Right this way. Many thanks to the Anon student who told me, on a course evaluation, your class charisma has all the captivating qualities of a houseplant, which I am certain would teach this course in a more engaging manner if given the opportunity. I had a colleague once receive this evaluation. If I only had 6 months left to live, I would want it to be spent in your class because it would feel like an eternity. Meet the Mona Lisa of Prado, the earliest known copy of Da Vinci's best portrait. The copy has eyebrows. Your response to a beautiful piece of artwork done by Leonardo himself is, "She's got eyebrows? Alright, all intelligent life has been lost." Oh, yeah, we're all art scholars now, aren't we? I love the colors and I love the way it just pops out and it really inspires me to become an artist. I'm sorry, I think I was just possessed by an art scholar. Or maybe even Leonardo da Vinci.